Who needs conditionals? The short answer to this question is we all do. As soon as we leave the here and now for the imagined or hypothetical, conditionals become our best friends. We use conditionals in a wide range of scenarios, from the real world to more distant or hypothetical contexts. In real-world situations, it's common to hear people say things like, "If I get the job, I'll be delighted. If you leave now, you'll probably catch the train. If I'm late for class, my teacher gets angry. If it rains, I take my car to work." You can notice that very often we use if in conditional sentences, and it usually comes at the beginning of the sentence. The part of the sentence that contains the if is known as the subordinate clause. But this if clause can also be moved to the end of the sentence. "You'll probably catch the train if you leave now," or "My teacher gets angry if I'm late for class." So the main clause here is "You'll probably catch the train," followed by the subordinate clause "if you leave now." So this means catching your train depending on you leaving now. Another thing you might notice about these sentences is that the first two use the will future in the main clause, as you can see here. These two sentences also describe events that happen in the present and in the future. However, the last two sentences use the present tense in both the main clause and the subordinate clause. In sentences 3 and 4, we are describing common situations that happen from time to time. Conditionals are also used in unreal situations. That is, situations that the speaker thinks are improbable or unlikely to happen. If I won the lottery, but I haven't, I would buy a house in Italy. If I had known you were coming, but I didn't, I would have baked a cake. You can notice that for unreal conditions, the verb forms are back-shifted. This means that for present and future reference, the past tense is used in the if clause. If I won the lottery. For past reference, we use the past perfect form in the if clause. If I had known. When you were learning English in school, your teachers probably spoke about conditionals as conditional 1, 2, and 3. This is another good way to remember the different types of conditionals. First conditional. Present simple plus will. If I win the lottery, I'll go on a long holiday. This is a real condition. I have a ticket, so I might actually win. Second conditional. Past simple plus would. If I won the lottery, I would go on a long holiday. Unreal condition. No ticket, so I'm just dreaming. Third conditional. Past perfect plus would have. If I had won the lottery, I would have bought a car. But I didn't win the lottery, so I couldn't buy a car. There is a fourth type of conditional called a zero conditional, which is when both verbs are in the present. This is for general truths or scenarios that are always the same. Zero conditional. Present tense plus present tense. If I drink too much coffee, I can't sleep. It's always true. The three different types of conditionals are usually used in typical contexts. First conditional, making promises, giving warnings, making threats, giving advice. Second conditional, wishing, imagining, dreaming about wealth or travel, for example, or hypothetical situations in general. Third conditional, regrets, retrospectives, or reimagining history. Conditionals checklist. Finally, here's a short checklist that you can use if you want to revise your conditionals and make sure that you're using the right one. First, ask yourself if the condition is real or unreal. Is it a real possibility, or is it just something imagined? Second, is the time reference in the present or the future? If it is, it probably means using the first conditional. Third, is the time reference in the past? If so, then you have to use the past perfect. Last of all, are you familiar with the traditional categories used for the conditionals?